Good evening, Railer fans, and welcome to Lincoln Railer Basketball. It's time for the Josh Komnick and Growl Incorporated and Schneider Chiropractic pregame show. I'm your host, Josh Komnick. We're at home in Lincoln as the Railers get ready to take on the Tornadoes from Taylorville. In just a moment, I'll be joined by Scott Kirby as we break down tonight's matchup. We thank you for joining us on the home of every Lincoln Railer contest this season, WLCN 96.3 FM and WLCNonline.com. Railer fans, thanks for joining us here from Roy S. Anderson Gymnasium at Coach Neil Alexander Court, getting set for the final Apollo Conference game of the 2018-19 season between the Railers, 23-2 on the season, 11-0 in Apollo Conference play. Actually already wrapped up the championship. This means not a whole lot in the conference standings. Well, it could improve Taylorville to maybe jump up to second place, but the Railers have secured the championship a couple of weeks ago when they improved to 11-0. Taylorville 24-4 on the season and 7-3 in league play. Taylorville on the court, the Railers yet to step out. We're going to take a quick commercial break. Be back here in just a couple minutes. You're in the Growl Incorporated and Schneider Chiropractic pregame show, and you're listening to Lincoln Railer Basketball.
67608, and you have that winning 50-50 ticket. Please take it to the entryway just in front of the gym doors. We will present you with your winnings. That number again, 236-7608. And correction from earlier, all 8th graders should be in the back gym at the end of the first quarter of the varsity game. All 8th graders, coaches, and sponsors should be at the back gym at the end of the first quarter of tonight's varsity game in approximately 30 minutes.
The Growl Incorporated and Schneider Chiropractic pregame show. Josh Komnick along with Scott Kirby, Lloyd Kirby, bringing you all the action via YouTube. The Railers and the Tornadoes in a near capacity crowd here at Roy S. Anderson Gymnasium. Yeah. Just as I was getting ready to come back up to the tree house here, I heard someone say they had to park out over in the church and past the football field out into that little subdivision back in there, and I said that's how it used to be. If you weren't here by 6:30, you just well call Uber. Well, no Uber back then, but call Safe Ride and get yourself a ride to the front doors here at Roy S. Anderson Gymnasium. And Coach Neil Alexander Court, the Railers 23-2 on the season, 11-0 in the Apollo Conference tournament league. They are the champions for 2 years in a row here of the Apollo Conference. The Taylorville Tornadoes come in to the contest at 24-4 on the season and 7-3 in league play. Josh Komnick along with Scott Kirby. And Scott, 2 more games here tonight and tomorrow will be senior night here at Roy S. Anderson Gymnasium. As Coach always says, it goes by fast here, but what a season so far. The Railers have been able to put together a 23-2 mark, perfect in Apollo Conference, and nothing sweeter than to go out here in Apollo, keep that perfect record. I believe we were perfect last year in the Apollo Conference as well. So the little bit of unbeaten streak going on for the Railers.
Yeah, you're right, Josh. And the season does fly by. It just seems like yesterday we had the Eaton Electrical round robin tournament, and then obviously Collinsville holiday tournament, and now it's coming to an end. And today the regional matchups came out, and that just tells you right there that the regular season's coming to an end. The Railers looking to go another undefeated season in the Apollo, like you said, Josh, and it's going to be a tough one tonight. We got some more purple in the house. Taylorville Tornadoes, last time we played them was November 30th. If you remember, we had a big lead going into the 4th, and Taylorville able to put some pressure on us, get back in it, and the Railers come away with a 67-63 win.
Well, you speak of Collinsville, Scott, and that's the last time the Railers took a loss. Yep. 12 games in a row, the Railers have had more points on the scoreboard than their opponent when the final buzzer sounds. So, you want to keep that thing riding. I know some coaches, when you get a long win streak, they believe in a loss every once in a while may help them to kind of bring them back to reality. But, man, the way the Railers have been playing, some of the competition they've been playing lately, just Tuesday night, some more purple was here at Roy S. Anderson when Bloomington came to town, and maybe the best game we've seen so far this year, maybe in a couple years, the Railers were able to come out and on top of a strong Bloomington team.
Yeah, Josh, and you said it right there that the last 2 losses the Railers had were down in Collinsville, and those losses, you'd like to see a matchup between those 2 teams on an even night. If you remember correctly, the Railers had to sit around all day long and wait to play, and so you don't know if that had to do with anything of it. But the 2 teams that they did lose to are state-ranked teams in 4A, so 2 very solid opponents that Lincoln's only 2 losses are against.
Yeah, you're right, and some close games for the Railers here in the last couple, and we foresee that happening again tonight. The Railers defeated Taylorville over in Taylorville November 30th, 67-63. Both teams out on the court, 14 minutes and 15 seconds on the warm-ups. We're going to take a break. We'll be back here in just a couple minutes. You're in the Ground Incorporated and Schneider Chiropractic pregame show. And you're listening to Lincoln Railer Basketball. Thanks everybody for joining us here on WLCN 96.3 FM and WLCNonline.com, the Railer Nation station, getting set for the Railers and the Tornadoes. A past Central State 8 foe, and now an Apollo Conference opponent here for the Railers. The Railers 23-2 on the season, 11-0 in Apollo Conference action, have already sealed up the championship for the Apollo Conference play, while Taylorville, the Tornadoes, 24-4 and 7-3 in Apollo Conference play. Right now, Taylorville comes into the contest averaging about 68 points per game, giving up 52. So the Tornadoes can score. Scott, we definitely saw that back on November the 30th. The Railers, I'm not sure exactly of the amount of deficit that we were up on Taylorville at one time. I know it was hovering 15-20. Yeah, it was getting close, and all of a sudden that second half, Taylorville put a barrage of threes on us in a hurry and made it really, really close down the stretch. The Railers were able to pull out that victory 67-63, and we've seen these guys before. We know that they can really, really shoot the basketball from three. And that kind of says that why the reason they score 68 points when they're on fire, they can score some points in a hurry.
Yeah, and like you said, Josh, they able to work their way back into the game back in November, and I expect a little closer game tonight. But the way that it's really probably two different teams back when they did match up. Jermaine was just really starting to get the feel of it, and as of late, he's just been a force underneath. So we'll see if they have an answer to him, because Coach Al has showed the last several games he's going to feed Jermaine down low often, and we'll see how Taylorville reacts to that tonight.
Yeah.
As it is also 8th grade night, Josh, so
yeah.
At halftime you get to walk across the floor again like the old days.
Yeah.
And, bring back some old memories.
Sweating or having to worry about getting out for the second half and doing it again. I know that.
Maybe somebody can throw you a ball and you take a shot.
That'll probably hurt the
See
next
what
day.
happens.
Yeah, you said the difference is Jermaine, especially tonight. We saw the Bloomington game where they had a little size to go against Jermaine, although he finished with a career high 29 back on Tuesday. But this Taylorville team, the biggest I think they're going to put out there, Scott, is Will Kettlecamp, 6'4" senior, and that's about all that can handle Jermaine. So we saw a number of different defenses that go against the Railers back on November 30th. Taylorville will throw a number of different things at us to try and find a way to slow down the big man. Hamlin coming in the contest, 14 points a game. Right in front of him, your leading scorer is Caden Roby, the junior, at 16 for the Railers. 9 minutes and 15 seconds left here before we're going to tip it up. We're going to take a break. We'll be back here after a couple commercials. You're in the Ground Incorporated and Schneider Chiropractic pregame show, and you're listening to Lincoln Railer Basketball. Komnick along with Scott Kirby, Lloyd Kirby, bringing you the YouTube action. on WLCNonline.com, WLCN 96.3, and search the YouTube for the WLCN Sports, and you will find the game here as soon as we get going here. About 7 minutes left in the warm-ups. You're in the Ground Incorporated and Schneider Chiropractic pregame show, where the Railers taking on the Tornadoes from Taylorville tonight. The Railers 23-2 on the season, have already wrapped up the Apollo Conference Championship with a record of 11-0. No matter what happens tonight, Taylorville 24-4 on the season and 7-3 in Apollo Conference play. Roy S. Anderson filling up nicely here, Scott, getting set for the second to last game. Tomorrow night will be senior night, so of course we want to fill this thing up for the two seniors in Wyatt and Jermaine, and send them off to be the next Friday, because our last regular season game is on the road over at Normal West.
Absolutely. Josh, we have a birthday girl.
Yeah?
Sophie Bam Bam Kodat. Happy 8th birthday to her. She's celebrating tonight, her birthday, and man,
nothing better than a 8th birthday present would be a Railer W. 13 in a row would make it Sophie's birthday.
And I was told that, down the road she's probably going to be on these very airwaves. She's a pretty good little athlete and involved in all kinds of sports. So a big happy birthday to Sophie Bam Bam Kodak.
That's going to wrap it up for us here on the pregame show. After a word from our sponsor, Scott and I'll be back here in Lincoln to bring you the play-by-play action as Lincoln takes on Taylorville. As always, a big thank you goes out to all our sponsors. This has been the Josh Komnick, Ground Incorporated, and Schneider Chiropractic pregame show, and you're listening to Lincoln Railer Basketball.
Sports.com are pleased to bring you this evening's contest from Roy S. Anderson Gymnasium on the campus of Lincoln Community High School as the Lincoln Railers take on the Tornadoes from Taylorville, Illinois. Good evening, everyone. This is Scott Kirby alongside Josh Komnick, and we are ready to bring you all of tonight's action. We'd like to wish a good evening to all of our listeners around the world listening via 96.3 FM on WLCNsports.com, on the Mixler app, or watching us on YouTube. Turn the volume up and get ready for some Lincoln Railer basketball. It's 8th grade great night here in Lincoln, Illinois, as the Railers get set to take on the Tornadoes of Taylorville. The last meeting, these two matched up back in November 30th. The Railers came away with a 4-point victory, 67-63. And the Tornadoes come in tonight's contest with a record of 24-4, 7-3 in the Apollo, Josh. And what can we expect tonight? Obviously, the Railers had a big lead early on in the season, and Taylorville able to get back into it. You see a closer game throughout tonight, or maybe a little of the same?
Well, it all depends on how Taylorville shoots it. I think you could probably ask Coach Brown, their head coach, in the game. Those 4 losses that you see on their record are probably nights they didn't shoot the ball worth a darn, because this team is based on the three-pointer, letting it fly, and they didn't shoot it well in the first half against us back over in Taylorville, as you said, November 30th, and we got up to that, I forget what it was, 15, 16, 20, whatever it was. Didn't matter because it got close toward the end, Scott, and the reason that was because Taylorville started to shoot the three-pointer. So here at Roy S., a little bit different than home. Does that happen? We'll see. They'll be ready to go. They've the regional seedings are out, so there's nothing that they need to really play for, nothing the Railers really need to play for other than just being a competitor and wanting to win. So 2 good teams going after it tonight, Scott. Full house here at Roy S. Anderson Gymnasium. It's going to be another fun one.
40 seconds left till we get going here for the national anthem, as the Railers go back into the locker room, and Taylorville, not quite sure what they're doing. Lining up here by their basket, I guess, ready for the national anthem, as the Railers and the Tornadoes get set for the Railers' last Apollo game. And like we mentioned in the pregame, they would like to finish this season with another undefeated record in the Apollo.
Well, in order to do that, obviously you got to take care of business. A big night here with 8th grade night, a full capacity crowd, Scott. And as our people had said, there's still people filing in now.
All right, we have a huge crowd here at Roy S. Anderson Gymnasium tonight as the Railers and the Tornadoes get set. But now we're going to have the playing of our national anthem, so we're going to go to commercial break. When we come back, we'll have starting lineups and the opening tip. Don't go anywhere. This is Lincoln Railer basketball on WLCN 96.3 FM.
American sportsmanship and our precious way of life. And in honor of the many thousands of men and women who have served our nation and continue to serve our nation today, we ask you to please rise and face the colors of the flag. Gentlemen, remove your hats, and we also invite all veterans, active members of the military, to salute the flag as we present our national anthem. The colors of the United States of America tonight are presented by the Honor Guard of the Lincoln, Illinois American Legion, Post 263. And this evening, our national anthem will be performed by Lincoln Community High School's own Austin Garriott.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag
talking Railer basketball here on WLCN 96.3 FM and WLCNonline.com. Also, Lloyd Kirby here bringing you the action tonight on our YouTube channel. So search YouTube in the search bar, and you will be able to see all the action right in front of your, right in your living room.
Absolutely, and you know, I've watched a few games at home and just pull it right up on the old smart TV and able to watch it, and you know, really good, you know, a picture. And
I thought you were working that night, so you weren't here.
Well, that's what you think.
Oh, really?
You know, the doctor said I had to rest my voice. That's a lot. Yeah, the Railers, you know, last night, we've had a lot of home cooking as of late, Josh.
Been beautiful.
It's been real nice. But only 2 more home games and 1 more regular season game away at Normal West. And regionals will start, which we could probably talk a little bit more about at halftime as the regionals came out today.
First starting lineups for the Tornadoes from Taylorville, 24-4 on the season and 7-3 in Apollo Conference play. They are led out by number 0, a 6'1" senior guard, Nick Livingston. At 1 forward, a 6'4" senior, wears the number 3, is Will Kettlecamp. At another guard, 6'1" and a senior, number 15, Jack Livingston. At another guard, a 6'2" senior, number 22, Ryan S. And the 4th member of their 4-guard lineup is a 6-foot junior, number 25, Chase Bert Schneider. Bert Schneider has already eclipsed the 1,000-point mark and just a junior. So another guy for the Tornadoes that can fill it up. They are coached by Mr. Ryan Brown from the Tornadoes for Taylorville. Now for your Railers, 23-2 on the season, 11-0 in Apollo Conference play. First out for Coach Neil Alexander is a 6-foot junior, number 2, Cameron Whiteman. At the other guard, a 5'10" sophomore, number 3, is Dylan Singleton. Big man in the middle for Coach Neil Alexander, 6'10", and a senior, number 34, Jermaine Hamlin. Leading scorer for the Railers at 16 points per game, 6'2", and a junior, number 5, Caden Roby. And the last of the Railers is 6'3", junior, number 23, Will Ewald. Of course, under the direction of head coach Neil Alexander, assisted by Eric Ewald, Greg Alexander, Bird Farmer, Josh McClellan, and Zach Dom.
Tonight's tip-off is brought to you by Jim Examus Ford Lincoln. The multitude of trade ends at Jim Examus Ford Lincoln will leave you with many choices, but one thing is for sure, the right choice is Jim Examus on Lincoln's west side. Each trade undergoes a 172-point service inspection before it hits the sales lot, so you are guaranteed a top quality ride. Give Ellen Ackerman or Sam Smedley a call at 217-732-2111 and let them put you behind the wheel of a beautiful new vehicle or gently loved car, SUV, or truck while saving you thousands.
Yeah, Mr. Derek Young or Kyle Young, I'm sure it was a Young's fault over there on scores table row, has Brody Whiteman starting for the Railers, number 4. Not sure that's correct.
That is not correct.
Big deal, get it situated over there.
Well, Joe's helping him, so probably not. As we are set, Hamlin S. The tip is up, and they're going to redo it.
What? It's out of bounds. He tipped it out of bounds. What?
Well, the ball was tipped by S out of bounds, but I don't know. We'll redo it here. Now Hamlin goes up and grabs it.
Well,
he tips it back.
Tried to get it on its way up rather than letting it get. That's a smart play by an undersized guy. I always try to get that.
Roby up to the rim. He's going to be fouled by number 0. That's Livingston, his first, team first. And with 11 seconds already into the ball game, Josh, Taylorville's picked up their first foul.
Yeah, and right away it was a clear out for Roby, and Roby got to that left side where he's able to get to a layup on a left side. Roby up with the first one, up and good. Leading free throw shooter for the Railers is Roby.
Roby makes both free throws, 2-0 Railers.
84% for Roby, 117 of 139 this season.
As Taylorville works it around, almost a steal by Whiteman, couldn't grab it. Taylorville maintains possession.
Yeah, if you remember, Scott, it was S, number 22, that hurt the Railers way out deep at the top of the key.
Livingston in the corner, now back up top.
Kettle camp only the size underneath for Taylorville. He goes 6'4". They don't look for him to score in there a whole lot.
3 on the way from Livingston is good. Taylorville 3, the Railers 2. I thought I had a misprint here, Josh. There are 2 Livingstons.
Yeah, 2 brothers, and that's what they did against our sophomores tonight.
There's a 3 by Ewald off the rim, no good. Rebound comes down to Kettle camp.
Get it in the middle.
Taylorville looks to push
and kick it out, and that's exactly what they did in that first possession.
Another 3 on the way, no good. Rebound off of the Railers. Going to stay with Taylorville. It is off of Jermaine's arm, I do believe. It'll be Taylorville's ball on the sideline. 3-2 Taylorville, 6:50 to go in the first.
Yeah, 0 and 15. Both Livingstons, both seniors, good chance they're brothers and twins.
How about cousins? They don't look alike.
You don't think so?
Well, maybe a little.
They try to get
there's almost thrown away by Singleton as he is all over S. And there's another 3 by Livingston. And that is his second. That is Jack Livingston. Taylorville with the early lead, 6-2.
Yeah, not a lot of,
down to Hamlin, up off the backboard. He couldn't finish, but he will be fouled, and he'll go to the line to shoot 2.
Yeah, and I think that's on Bert Schneider, too, with 25, and that's probably the most all-around complete player. They've got several guys that can shoot the 3, but he does a little bit of everything and passes and shoots the ball well for Taylorville as the first free throw for Jermaine is up and off the front of the rim. But as you said, 2 quick fouls for Taylorville, but it's been Livingston on their end. Jermaine up and good with the second one. Livingston, number 15, Jack Livingston with 2 quick threes.
6-3, Taylorville. That's S. He drives, kicks it out, stolen away by Ewald. He'll get it up to Roby. Roby up off the backboard, no good. Rebound Singleton. He'll go back up, and it's good for the sophomore.
He's been really good around the basket lately, Scott. Rebounding, hanging around, offensive rebounding. Another one for Dylan.
There's a jumper on the way, no good from that's number 0. That's Nick Livingston. Railers with the basketball, down by 1. They'll swing it around to Roby on the wing, back up top. Now they'll swing it to the left. Ewald, Singleton, Whiteman for a 3 off the back of the iron, no good. Rebound comes down to Kettle camp.
Yeah, we're going to have to hit a few of those, Scott, because they're really, really sagging in on Jermaine. They've got about 4 guys on him.
Jack Livingston, he's just hit another one. That's his 3rd. Livingston, he's got all their points. Jack, that is. He's got all 9 of Taylorville's points. 9-5, Taylorville. All the way in the corner. That's Whiteman for a 3. It rattles in and good.
Yeah.
And that's the first Chris Coyne State Farm 3-pointer of the night.
Excellent skip pass by Roby all the way over to Whiteman, who was in the corner, and his man was helping inside on Jermaine. Again, we've got to hit some 3s to lighten this pressure up and lighten this. Let those guys, so they can't converge on Jermaine so bad.
Another foul on Taylorville as Roby was driving to the basket. It's going to be on Jack Livingston, his first. team third.
Be nice to get Jermaine loose for some sort of a lob or a dunk to get this near capacity crowd going, Scott. They're ready to erupt. We've just got to find a way to get Jermaine the ball.
Railers down by 1 with the basketball. They'll kick it all the way across to Roby. Roby will drive. He'll pull up for a jumper. No good, but the Hamlin's there for the rebound. Spin.
Nice.
Put back and good.
Yeah, not a good box out by Kettle Camp underneath on Jermaine, and Jermaine just went up and over him and then twirled around and got to the middle of the lane and was able to put it up and in. So huge couple offensive rebounds for the Railers.
Well, backside way wide open. Wasn't able to get it. Hamlin was there. It's going to be off of Kettle Camp. Railers basketball. Railers with the lead, 10-9, 4:13 to go in the first.
You could tell Kettle Camp was worried about Jermaine coming over. He wanted no part of putting that thing up around the basket.
Singleton up top. He's guarded there by Nick Livingston. Over to Hamlin on the wing. Now to Whiteman. In the corner to Ewald. He's going to take a three. That's off the front of the rim. No good, but there's Singleton, the sophomore, for another offensive rebound. Kicks it out to Whiteman. No good. Rebound, Kettle Camp.
Yeah, good job by Dylan again, getting another offensive rebound. And a lot of time that's a great three to have is off the rebound.
Three on the way from Taylorville. No good. Rebound for Roby. So Taylorville not even interested going underneath. It's been all threes.
Yeah, and I think you're going to see a lot of that. They're going to live and die by it tonight.
Now down low to Hamlin as he is going to be fouled by number 15. That's Jack Livingston. He just picked up his second with 3:26 to go in the first.
Jermaine twisted his ankle a little bit. I think he's up walking it off, grimacing quite a bit, but I think he's, Coach, nothing about getting him out.
Tipped away out of his hands, but Roby's there to get it, and they're going to call a jump ball as Hamlin got a little too deep and couldn't get back to the rim, and it was out of his hands.
Now Jermaine's asking for a sub. He's going to have to try and walk that off. Probably tweaked it a little bit. He's going to need a little bit of
maybe a little tape adjustment. Yep, that's where they're going right now. So Hamlin, he leaves the court. There's a three on the way from you-know-who. That's Jack Livingston. He's got 12 points. And Taylorville has 12 points as a team. Roby, he dribbles up, off the backboard, no good. Rebound comes down to S. Tried, almost thrown away by Roby. Now Taylorville looks to push. They kick it in the corner. There's Jack Livingston again. Airballed it, no good. Rebound Taylorville. They'll kick it out, reset. There's a deep three by S. No good this time. Rebound Livingston.
Boy, what a difference of rebounding, Scott. When Jermaine goes out, they get two more offensive
for
looks
another
at it.
Three. Got it. 15-10. Taylorville launching the threes.
Yeah, they're just going to keep going, too. If we don't rebound and get our hands out and make them dribble by us, as you said, they've yet to really go to the basket at all. The Railers got to run at them and chase them off the line.
Whiteman all the way to corner to Ewald. Now they'll swing it back up top. That's Singleton. Hands off to Whiteman. Whiteman for a three. Off the rim, no good. Rebound S. 15-10, Taylorville. 2 minutes to go in the first.
Yeah, good job there by Posgay of running at Livingston Jack and making him do something else with the ball. These Railers got to extend this zone out even farther.
S, he'll dribble back up top. Get it in the corner for Jack Livingston, who puts up another three, no good. Rebound, fought for underneath. Singleton comes out with it, pushes it up to Roby. Roby cut off. He'll kick it back out to Singleton. Now Whiteman. Whiteman to the rim, and he's going to be fouled. Who'd they get? Is that his third?
Was it Livingston again, Jack?
On Jack Livingston. Just picked up his third foul.
His third, and man, I thought Coach Brown was a little, I mean, I know he's got confidence in his seniors, but man, that is tough to keep him in there at that time, with two fouls.
Well, when you got two, I mean, you can't be in there just kind of hacking at it.
Well, you're right. That wasn't a very smart play by him either.
Anytime you're hacking at the ball, the referees see that. So Livingston, I would have to assume, is going to set the rest of the first half, Josh.
Yeah, free throws up and good by Whiteman. Jermaine back in. Now Funk checks in for Singleton. 15-12. Railers down 3.
Taylorville with the basketball. That's S. Back up top to Livingston. And that's number 30 who checked in for Jack Livingston. That is Brandon Odom, the quarterback. And if I remember correctly, him and Funk got a little heated between those two football players, and probably imagine the same tonight.
Yeah, and it's 5 as the Taylorville crowd a little happy with a Railer foul now. 5-1 on the fouls. Whiteman picks up the first 5 team fouls on Taylorville.
Is that something that you really kind of pay attention to? Like, I know a lot of people, the fouls aren't even. Well, they're not even because one team's not fouling and the other is.
Well, and they're not going to the basket. You know what I mean? I mean, they're shooting a lot of threes where you're not going to draw fouls if you're shooting a lot of threes from the perimeter. So I never did pay attention too much until it was really bad.
For a 3. That's off the front of the rim. No good. Rebound Taylorville.
Yeah, Will's had several open shots on that side to try and knock down a few, and yet to go. He's been off here in the last couple games. For the most part of the season, he's been our most consistent guy from three-point land, and he's just been a little off. Needs to get one to go.
Taylorville up by 3, 20 seconds to go in the first. Jack Livingston with 12 of the 15 is on the bench with 3 fouls. As there's Bert Schneider for a 3, no good. Rebound Ewald with 10 seconons.
Yeah,
Whiteman pushes up to Roby, down to 6. Roby all the way over to Ewald. He's going to put up a 3, missed it. Short, but Hamlin gets the rebound, throws it back up. Time has expired, and that will do it for the first quarter. The Railers 12, the Tornadoes 15. We'll take a commercial break. We come back, we'll have the second quarter. This is Lincoln Railer basketball on WLCN 96.3 FM. Scott Kirby, Josh Komnick, Lloyd Kirby here with you at Roy S. as the Railers are down by 3 to start the second, but they will have the ball to start.
Yeah, and just
down low to Hamlin. He goes up, loses it, now grabs it again, but he'll be fouled by Odom. Hamlin back to the line.
Yeah, another foul on Taylorville, and that time on Odom, their quarterback. And right now, good job by the Railers to find Jermaine to get it in there and some more good space there. Jermaine's got good post presence.
Hamlin makes his first. Taylorville with 16 fouls. The Railers with 1. Second one off the front of the rim, no good. So Hamlin shooting 50% tonight from the line. 7:45 to go in the first half. Taylorville up by 2. Odom back up top to S. Now to Odom. He'll spin and run Whiteman over. Now a little layup by Kettle, no good. Roby tracks it down, gets it to Singleton.
Yeah, again,
Singleton looks to push. He'll get to the center. Over to Funk in the corner for a 3. Off the rim, no good. And Roby is going to be fouled by Odom. Josh, was that a good box out or a little too aggressive?
I think the box out was okay, but it should have been earlier. I think he started to box out as Roby was up in the air.
Taylorville doesn't like it.
Well, you can't ride underneath him as he goes up and jumps. There's no question about it.
Little home cooking maybe. The Raiders down by 2, 7:17 to go in the first half. Roby's first free throw up and good.
Well, right now the Railers need it because our offense is not clicking too well. So, it's that fun atmosphere, Scott. Taylorville wants this win. The Railers want this win. It's going to be like this for 3 more quarters.
Roby ties it up at 15, 7:17 to go in the second. Bert Schneider over to S, back to Bert Schneider. He'll dribble left. Now get it in the corner to Kettle Camp.
I don't even think you have to bother guarding Kettle Camp, Scott. He's not looking to score at all. He was bothered by Jermaine underneath. He doesn't want any part.
There he goes down low, and Jermaine's there to meet him, but he'll spin. No good. Rebound Hamlin, and you're right, Josh. You know, he was just trying to find some way to get around Hamlin, but Hamlin just held his ground. They try to get down there to Hamlin, and looked like a little push in the back.
Yeah, I thought he was up in the air and pushed him a little bit in the back, but
No
again,
call.
that ball should have been caught by Jermaine.
All the way across to Livingston, no good. Rebound for Roby.
Well, they just look a little bit out of sorts after Jack Livingston went out of the lineup.
Roby loses it, but Funk's there to grab it. Now all the way over to Whiteman to Roby. Now they'll get it down to Hamlin, who can't grab it, but Funk will grab it. He'll throw up at three off the rim, no good. There's Singleton. He'll kick it back out. Railers will reset. Now Roby, he's going to put up a three off the rim, no good. There's Funk. And Funk just picked up a tee. Not a smart play at all there. As Noah Funk, a little extracurricular activity, they're going to get a foul called on Funk, and then they're going to get a technical, and that gives him 2 fouls, Josh.
Yeah, 2 fouls early for Funk, but
His first personal foul. Technical foul against him.
you know, it's a game where it's going to be physical. It's a game where there's going to be scratching and clawing and hacking, and players have got to keep their heads in it. I don't know. I didn't think it was a whole lot of foul. I thought both the guys were going for the ball pretty hard, but you know, there's a point in this game where the refs are going to try and get Taylorville back some fouls. There's no question about it, and I thought that was one of them.
Main thing is keep it under control, and whenever fouls are lopsided like that, you feel
obligated to make something happen.
But
if Taylorville's not going to go to the basket and they're not going to be aggressive, you know, they're not going to draw fouls, and that's the way it's going to be. If they're going to stand outside and shoot a bunch of threes, then you're just not going to draw a lot of fouls, so there's not a lot of contact, and then that becomes a lopsided side on the fouls. So 3 team fouls now for the Railers, 7 on Taylorville. Still 6 minutes left in the second quarter. This is going to be a long game.
There's a 3 on the way by Livingston. Got it. That's Nick Livingston. Taylorville 20, Lincoln 15. Raiders with the basketball. Roby up top to Singleton, over to Whiteman. Now Singleton, he'll dribble. Fakes it to Roby. Blocked by Livingston, but Raiders able to get it. Roby to the basket. He's pushed, no call. Now they'll swing it around. Ewald for a 3 up top, off the rim, no good. Over the backboard, out of bounds, off the Railers.
Yeah, good movement. You know, we're getting one of our better shooters open shots, and Will just can't get one to go down. I think if he can get to the basket, you know, when you're struggling shooting, Scott, you got to find a way to see that ball go in the hole, whether it's a drive, a layup, a free throw, something, because Will has been off here in the last, you know, probably 2 weeks really from what we're used to seeing him shoot.
Whiteman gets Bert Schneider on the arm for a foul. That's Whiteman's first foul. The second?
Yeah, I think that's 2 on
that is
2 on Cam on a reach. So Hollinger, the sophomore, checks in for Whiteman.
4 team fouls on the Railers. As Josh mentioned, Landon Hollinger, the sophomore, in for Whiteman. Taylorville up by 5. 5:05 to go in the second. Odom has it. He'll walk it back out.
Yeah, I like what the Railers are doing a little bit, almost like a matchup zone now. They're starting to really communicate out on the floor, pick up a guy that's...
Bert Schneider goes to the rim. Hamlin's there to block it. Roby comes away with it. He's going to go up off the rim. No foul. And he gets it, strips it. Now he puts it back up, and good.
Yeah, Roby just staying with it, you know, and lately Caden's been getting his shot blocked a little bit when he's been going to the basket, and he's had a few where he's been off. You know, there's a couple drives where he has made a lot of them this year.
There's a little pass over to Kettle Camp, up off the backboard and good.
He's continually going to the basket hard. That time he just kept with it.
Roby over to Ewald, now to Hollinger. He takes a three in the corner, in and out, no good. Rebound, Kettle Camp. Had a good look,
Yeah.
It rattled in, but just didn't fall.
In and out, and that's where Hollinger has been shooting the ball at that sophomore level really well, Scott, is in that corner. I saw him make just a couple of them
Almost a steal by
tonight.
Roby.
Raylor's got to pay attention to the middle.
Kettle Camp back out to Livingston for a three. Off. Rebound, Singleton. Gives it to Ewald, who wasn't ready for it. Now back to Singleton. Singleton roll back out. Railers down by 5. Ewald. Now Froby over to Hollinger. Back to Froby. Kicks it back to Hollinger. Now they'll swing it around. That's Ewald. He'll dribble in. Nothing there. He'll kick it back out. Railers moving the ball. Just nothing there right now. Now they'll get it down low to Hamlin, who's having a hard time grabbing the ball, Josh.
Yeah, he's a little bit about what we saw last year, I think, with Jermaine maybe trying to make the move before he actually catches the basketball or taking some contact before he catches it. So I think Jermaine just got to slow down a little bit. I also think he's getting pushed out of the lane a little bit. He's got to sit down and post harder and get better position closer to the basket so he can just catch, turn, and try and dunk.
Railers down by 5, 3:20 to go in the first half. Tornadoes with the basketball.
Yeah, and there's a guy Hessen where he can shoot it from too. Is that
Livingston pull around or turnaround jumper, no good. Rebound comes down to Froby. Roby looks to push, nothing there. He'll kick it out to Ewald. Now back up top to Singleton. Over to Hollinger. Now to Froby. He'll dribble left. He'll try to go up to the rim. It's blocked by Schneider. Now Taylorville with the basketball, up by 5. 2:30 to go. All stolen by Singleton. Gets it to Ewald. He'll go up, one-handed off the backboard and good, as he didn't even use his right hand, Josh. Able to lay it up and good.
like the Iceman?
Ewald on the board.
And that may be what he needs. That may be what he needs, Scott. Just, like I said, a basket to go in. It was a tough one, but anything that goes in for Will right now we'll take.
Railers down by 3. There's a steal by Froby. Singleton up to Froby, now to Ewald, up and good. Good ball movement by the Railers, and now they're only down by 1 with 2 minutes to go.
Yeah, Coach Brown's whistling for his guy to come over and take a timeout.
So the Railers with some good defense, which turned into some offense, and they are down by 1. It's a 30-second timeout. We'll keep it here, Josh, with 1:58 to go. The Railers down by 1.
Well, defense turns into offense, Scott, and this team does a really good job of turning steals and turnovers to quick offense. We've kind of started to do that a little more in this 12-game win streak. Is when we get a steal, we're starting to push. You can see the tempo starting to move a little bit quicker for the Railers. Singleton gets it. He's wanting to push. Roby and Ewald get it. They're going. And here's what we've needed. We've not shot the ball well from the perimeter. When we've got into the lane, Jermaine has had some mishandles, but right now that offense or that defense has been able to get us 4 quick points.
1:58 to go in the first half. Railers down by 1. Taylorville with the timeout to be their basketball on their sideline. As S gets it into Schneider. Back to S. Good crowd on hand tonight, as it is 8th grade night, so Josh will be leaving here in a couple minutes to go down and walk his team across. There's a deep 3 by S off the front of the iron, no good. Fought for underneath, came away by number 24 who checked in. Now it's Schneider stripped away by Singleton. He looks to push. Up, off the backboard, no good, no foul. Dang it. And Taylorville comes out of there with it. 1:18 to go. Railers still down by 1. Taylorville with the basketball. That's Livingston. Back to Schneider. Over to S. To Schneider. Down low to right. Now S for a deep 3. Got it. That's where he was hitting them at Taylorville, Josh.
Yeah, and deep too. He's got 2 threes Scott, and Jack Livingston, who has foul trouble, has 4, I believe. So 4-3. So this Taylorville team has brought the stroke tonight, and it looks like the Railers are going to try and maybe hold for 1 here.
Oh, a little back door try to Roby. Roby didn't go, and Singleton tried to get it to him, but Roby wasn't there, and a turnover by the Railers. So the Railers just a little off tonight, and hopefully they can go in a halftime, regroup, make some adjustments, and come out second half and make this a ball game. They're only down 4, 37 seconds to go in the first half. Taylorville ball, and I'm sure they'll try to hold for 1, but the Railers maybe extend their defense a little bit, put a little more pressure on them. That's S with it. Over to Livingston, back to Bert Schneider. 22 on the clock. Right, kick it back out. Now they'll swing it. That's S. 15 on the clock. So hit away by Singleton. Bert Schneider tracks it down. He'll dribble right. Now they'll get it to S. Now they'll get it down low to right. Nothing there. Gets his own rebound. No good. Tapped out of there. S throws one up. Backs. Good off the backboard. And Taylorville's going to go in with a 6-point lead at half. We'll take a commercial break. When we come back, we'll have the Growl Incorporated and Schneider Chiropractic halftime show. So don't go anywhere. This is Lincoln Railer basketball.
Last weekend, the Railets ended their competitive season at the Illinois Drill Team Association State Finals. They placed 4th in the pond dance category and brought home a second-place trophy in the pop category. Congratulations, ladies, and tonight's performance being sponsored by RP Lumber. Take it away, girls.
Sure.
Thanks going out against RP Lumber for being tonight's sponsor. Thank you, ladies. Well done. Ladies and gentlemen, tonight is 8th grade night at Lincoln Community High School, the night where we recognize future Railers that will be coming into the Railer basketball program next year. Recognizing our 8th grade basketball players, cheerleaders, band members, coaches, and sponsors. We will begin tonight with Carroll Catholic, New Holland Middletown, and Zion Lutheran. Coaches Katie Fitzpatrick, Eric Brown, and Kent Colby. And players Hunter Bent and Riley Helton. Cheerleaders, Randy Corgan, Rachel Morrow, Eddie Rumbler, and Elizabeth Stewart, and their cheer sponsor, Bob Robinson. Now for the Panthers of Chester East Lincoln, with coaches Josh Komnick and Jason Todd. Players Brady Free, Jared Holtz, Colton Hunt, Timmy Lowell, David Morrow, Ryan O'Donohue, Tyler Sussy, Colton Scholl, Christopher Slade, and Aiden Worth. Cheerleaders Emma Baker, Grace Curry, Jesse Emerton, Riley Overton, Deborah Vincent, and their director, Peggy Larson. Property Hall in Middletown, band members Robertson Helton, Elena Kurgan, Gabrielle Merriman, Angelina Steffens, and director Elliot Rodinez. And band members from West Lincoln Broadwell, Grace McKee, Tristan Steen, and their director Jennifer Conrad. And from Zion Lutheran, band member Kara Farman, and her director Melinda Bonin. Ladies and gentlemen, if you would, a warm round of applause for all of our 8th grade basketball players, cheerleaders, band members, coaches, sponsors, and directors. They have represented our area grade schools very well throughout their career, and we hope all of them will continue their career as members of the Railer basketball program next year. And again, thank you to the coaches and sponsors and directors for sharing your time and talents. And again, thank you to the parents for sharing your young people with us this year.
Oh, you know what? He'll call you out. You can go to the phone. Welcome back to the Growl Incorporated and Schneider Chiropractic halftime show. Scott Kirby, Josh Komnick, and miraculously we have stats now that Josh is back.
Just got to learn how to run a computer, bud.
Magical.
Hit a button and you got stats. Taylorville was led in the first half, Scott, by Jack Livingston, and basically all that was done in the first quarter because he had first four threes in that first quarter, and then he had foul trouble. So he sat most of the second half and still had 12 points, 4 threes for him, 8 for Ryan S., 5 for Jack Livingston, and 2. The Railers were led in scoring by Caden Roby. He had 6, 5 for Cameron Whiteman, 4 apiece for Will Ewald, and also Jermaine Hamlin, and 2 for Dylan Singleton. And the Railers just didn't shoot it well from the perimeter, Scott. It was 1 of 11 from 3. And Taylorville was 7 of 18. I'm sorry. Yeah, 7 of 18 from 3 for 39%.
Little action going on here, yeah.
Ruckus going on in the crowd. We had some fans activity.
I don't know why they would come over here and sit in the Lincoln section. That's just stupidity.
But all in all, Scott, a really good half of basketball. The Railers have got to find a better way of getting out on the shooters. 8 assists for Taylorville so far and just 2 for the Railers. So you've got 6 difference there in assists that made baskets. So the Railers have got to find a way to get out on the shooters.
Second half is about underway as the Taylorville Tornadoes have a 6-point advantage. It will be Taylorville basketball to start the second half. So here we go. S gets it into Bert Schneider. Now they'll swing it around. That's Livingston. Jack Livingston still on the bench.
Yeah, and that 3 fouls. You know, he picked up that third one in the first quarter, and they had to do something, and he may be out for at least half of this quarter.
Tapped out of bounds off of the Railers. Well, I don't even see him on the bench. Am I just not seeing him or what?
Yeah.
He's not even on the bench right now.
No, you're right, and that's, oh, he's over there getting a drink. Oh. Unfortunately.
There's a jumper on the way. No good from the other Livingston. Rebound Hamlin. Railers looking to cut the lead as they swing it around. That's Ewald.
Yeah, our shooters got to shoot it in this second half, Scott. We've got to open up that lane for Jermaine. They got 3 guys around him.
Ewald for a 3. That's off. No good. Rebound. Singleton. He goes back up and good. The sophomore, probably the shortest kid on the court, going and getting some offensive rebounds.
Yeah, he's got 3 of them tonight, Scott. 3 offensive rebounds and 1 defensive for Dylan, and really doing a good job. Now, 5 rebounds for Dylan.
There's a deep 3 by S. No good. So hopefully his luck has run out. Railers down by 4 with the basketball. Whiteman. They'll swing it around. Roby. Ewald. Now Singleton. All the way across to Ewald. Now Roby in the corner. Kick it out to Ewald. Now Whiteman for a deep 3 up top. Got it! Cam Whiteman for a Chris Coyne, State Farm. 3-pointer. Raiders down by 1.
Yeah, and that was Will, set up by Will. A dribble handoff right at the top of the key, about a step or 2 behind, and Cam came off that in nice rhythm and was able to get his feet set. And they're going to need a couple of those here in the second half.
27-26, Taylorville. 6 minutes to go in the third. Get down low to Kettle Camp. Try to get it out. Now it's off of Livingston's leg. Railers come out of it with it. Whiteman pushes it up to Ewald. He takes a 3. Oh, off the rim, no good. Had a good look, just not hitting.
No, he's not. And right now, I still like him shooting, but at some point he's got to think out. Set my teammates. I'm not on right now.
Odom with it on the wing. Now they'll try to get it into Livingston. Tapped out there by Hamlin. Ewald has it. He's hounded. He gets it to Whiteman. All the way up to Roby. Now they'll swing it back out. Ewald to Whiteman for another deep 3. That's a little too strong. Rebound comes down to S.
Yeah, no ball movement there. Really a bad possession there. The Railers do a good job defensively of getting a turnover, but no really ball movement there by the Railers.
There's a drive. Swatted out of there by Hamlin. And Kettle Camp able to grab it. And, nice save by now Kettle Camp there to get it. There's Bert Schneider. He goes up for a jumper, no good. But he'll be fouled by Singleton. No. 2 was
That's Whiteman, I think. So they're going to give that to Whiteman. That's his third. Yeah.
So Whiteman picks up his third. Bert Schneider misses his first free throw.
Yeah, and I don't know if Bert Schneider's their leading scorer, but he's one of them, and yet to score tonight.
Jack Livingston checks back in for Odom. Second free throw is up and good. 28-26 Taylorville. Singleton gets it across. Now he'll give it to Roby. Gives it to Whiteman. Over to Ewald. Down low to Hamlin. He'll back in. Nothing there to Singleton. Now Singleton drives. He's going to go up. Not there. Block. Gets his own rebound. Now they'll swing it. Whiteman sets up for a 3 up top. Got it. Cam Whiteman for another Chris Coyne. State Farm 3-pointer. And the Raiders are up by 1.
Yeah, and Dylan got it swiped away, but man, he's more than likely going to get it back, and he did.
Coach wants a timeout for Taylorville. That's Coach Brown. He's going to take a full timeout, 30-second timeout. So it can't be setting. Got to stay up. 30-second timeout. We'll keep it right here. Lincoln Railer basketball brought to you by Headline Salon, State Bank of Lincoln, Carter Brothers, P&W Pools and Whiteman Construction, Bright Idea Screen Printing and Embroidery, Family Custom Cleaners, Tanning, Laundromat, and U-Haul, Chicago Street Rentals, Four Corners Lube, The Carpet House, and Lincoln Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, and Ram. Josh.
And Whiteman with some big threes in this quarter. Got 2 of them, and now it has been Singleton on the boards. Roby with 6 rebounds tonight. Singleton with 7, by far leading the Railers, and he's just been keeping that ball alive. Scott, he missed that first one or got it blocked, fouled, whatever, got it tipped away, but Dylan was that first one there.
Taylorville with the basketball, 4:30 to go in the third. Railers up by 1. Ooh, almost a steal by Roby. Jack Livingston back in the ball game. He had 12 points in the first quarter. Now they'll get it over to Bert Schneider. He takes a 3 off the rim, no good. Tapped out of there by Livingston. Now Bert Schneider set up for another 3. Nailed that one. Taylorville back up by 2, 4:08 to go in the third.
Yeah, and they do a good job if they do get that offensive rebound. They look for that shooter on that three-point line and kick it out.
Ewald for a 3. Ooh, it looked good. Just not getting him to fall, Josh. He has an open look. Coming off his hand good, but just not falling. Get it down low. Whiteman there with a steal. Try to get down to Kettle. Can't. Now Railers look to push. Singleton, he'll go right. Now back to the left. Whiteman. Ewald up off the backboard and good. Good take by Ewald.
Well, if you're not shooting from the outside, Scott, you got to find another way to contribute, and Will has got to look to get to the basket. Maybe a couple pump fakes and then drive to the basket. He's long and lanky. He can finish around the rim.
S with a 3, no good. All tied up at 31. Whiteman pushes to Roby. All the way across to Ewald. Now they'll swing it around. Whiteman over to Ewald. Now Roby on the other wing as Railers work it around. Trying to get Hamlin, nothing there. Now Roby back to Whiteman. Whiteman will dribble left, nothing there. He'll pull it back out, almost lost it. Now they'll give it to Hamlin as he is fouled, undercutted by Nick Livingston.
Yeah, and if that's his, that's 4 on him too.
That is on Jack Livingston, sorry. So that's 4 on him. Now Railers, that's Ewald up, dishes it off to Hamlin. He can't grab that ball either, Josh.
Yeah, you're right.
It's going to be off of Taylorville, but
I just
for some reason
not ready or something, but it wasn't a bad pass by Ewald.
No, he just in games past, that's a ball that he just grabs and goes up and strong, but for some reason he just can't get the handle on it. Roby to Singleton, they'll swing it around. Ewald to Singleton, now to Whiteman. Nothing there. Now they'll kick it back out and work it around.
Be patient. See if we can get it in.
Singleton for a 3. Ooh, look good, no good. Bert Schneider with the rebound. They're going to get Singleton with a foul. That's Dylan's first, team's second. Taylorville basketball all tied up at 31 with 2:36 to go in the third.
Well, it's got a big stop here. 31, tied all at 31 with 2:30 left here. Jack Livingston on the bench, their best shooter for Taylorville, at least the guy that's been the best shooter tonight, has got 4 fouls, and here's where the Railers have to.
A little jumper by his brother or cousin or something, one of them.
Got to take advantage.
No good, Railers
too. Yeah.
Either with it. That's Whiteman to Singleton. They swing it around to Roby. Roby dribbles up and no good, but he's going to go to the line and shoot 2 as he was unable to finish. But Roby will get 2 free throws with this game tied at 31 with 2:03 to go.
Yeah, I thought that was called layout on the floor, but they're going to give Roby 2 free throws here. It's 2 team fouls on Taylorville.
Continuation.
Yeah, one Taylorville fan thought it was on the floor too.
Not going to disagree. Roby misses the first free throw. Roby's second free throw up and got, it's off too. So Roby misses both free throws, which is uncharacteristic of him.
Yeah, he was 4 for 4 before those two tonight.
Still tied up at 31. Bert Schneider to S. Now to Bert Schneider. He's going to pull up. Jumper, no good. Rebound to Singleton.
Yeah, another rebound for Singleton. Give him 8 so far on the game.
Kicks it to Roby, who gives it down to Hamlin, who grabs that one. Now he'll go up with the left, and good.
Yeah, just got to go to work, big boy. They're pushing you out a little bit farther. They're pushing him out a little bit farther as the ref stops play because of the camera lady from, I believe it's Decatur News. But, yeah, they're pushing him out. But again, you got to maybe take that dribble. He looked like he pass faked across to maybe get the defense the help to go across and move. And then Jermaine went to work and was able to get the layup to go. So, big basket there for the Rails. Need to continue on these stop
turnover for the Taylorville Tornadoes as S couldn't grab it off his fingertips. Turnover Railers. The Railers up by 2 with 1:25 to go in the second.
Yeah, the 9th turnover for Taylorville. Really unforced, too.
Singleton up top. He'll give it to Ewald. Looking for Hamlin down low. He's guarded by Kettle. A lot of arms and elbows down there.
Yeah, I got to get some spacing for Jermaine a little bit here. Too crowded underneath that in that lane for him.
Railers up by 2 with the basketball. 1 minute to go in the third. Roby with a deep 3 off the front of the rim. No good. There's Singleton for another offensive rebound.
Yeah, 9th rebound for Dylan. Several of those offensive.
So the Railers no stranger to close games as of late, Josh. So, you think maybe that might play into their favor a little bit.
Well, I hope so.
We go on.
Yeah, you're right. Been in that situation here last week and a half, and you're not pressured by the moment.
Singleton will walk it back out. They'll hold for 1. 25 on the clock. Third quarter. Railers up by 2.
17. Coach is giving the call, but he doesn't want to say it too loud because Taylorville knows a lot of what the calls are, as Taylorville now switches and goes zone real quick.
Hollinger gives it to Singleton, spins around, nothing there. Hollinger now to Singleton with 2. He goes up, no foul. There is a foul, a push. He'll be fouled on the shot. Singleton will get 2 shots as time expired. And, man, that's just some deja vu right there.
Yeah, it is. And then Dylan is going to a place where he struggled a little bit lately, too, as a free throw line. And we're hoping now you put him on the line with nobody there. It's just a little bit different when everybody goes to the huddle.
Gets the first one. Hits the second one. So at the end of 3, it's the Railers 35, the Tornadoes 31. We're going to take a commercial break. We come back, we'll have fourth quarter action, so don't go anywhere. This is Lincoln Railer Basketball on WLCN 96.3 FM. Scott Kirby, Josh Komnick, Lloyd Kirby here with you this evening as the Railers go into the fourth quarter with a 4-point lead and the basketball, Josh.
Yeah, and that was a huge foul at the end there to go into the fourth quarter because Dylan was able to get 2 free throws, and we're going to get the ball back with a Will. Time to hit one, Will.
From Will. Oh, just a little too long, no good. Taylorville with the rebound, and Ewald just not able to find that 3-point stroke tonight. You think that he's just going to break out of it and start hitting a couple, but still unable to.
Yeah, and a lot of them have been short, and that's sometimes where you don't follow through with your shot. You're not following toward the basket. Your momentum might be moving back because you're moving, behind.
Jumper by S is a short, no good. Hamlin there for the rebound. He gets it over to Singleton.
Credit Singleton with that stop. He was all over Hess, and Hess is not a pull-up jump shooter.
Raiders with the basketball up by 4. See if they'll pull it out and just work some clock. Trying to control the tempo. Singleton, he'll drive. He'll go up. No good. Rebound comes down to Kettle. And he's going to be fouled. Bert Schneider, that is, will be fouled by Roby. Roby's first foul.
Yeah, not a bad foul. Thought Taylorville had a little momentum going to the basket, and Roby tried to step in and steal it. So no foul trouble for Roby, and then just third on the team. So it's really a smart play there.
Something I noticed on the last possession from the Railers, Singleton's driving, but it's on the same side as Hamlin, so there's not that outlet if you need it.
Yeah, and there's a lot of congestion, it seems like, in there.
Get it down low to Kettle. He kicks it out. That's Livingston. Now in the corner for Odom. He'll drive. Hamlin's there straight up, and Odom slops it in somehow. He just throws it up, and it goes through the net. Raiders up by 2, 6:30 to go in the ball game. They get it down low to Hamlin. He puts it on the floor, kicks it out to Whiteman for a 3. Got it! Cam Whiteman for a crisp point. State Farm, 3-pointer. Raiders back up by 5.
Good. See, now the Railers are extended, Scott, where we're making them do something different when they are on the line. Don't let them catch and shoot.
Jumper from Livingston in and out, no good. There's Ewald for the rebound.
They don't like the 2-point range, so we've extended that zone out a little bit. We're running at them to make them dribble. They don't want to drive, and they go into Jermaine. So the Railer defense has made a little bit of an adjustment here.
Whiteman, he'll dribble, pull up for a jumper off the rim, no good. And probably not a shot that you want to take right there.
And that's kind of what the Railers have done to Taylorville, is run them off the line, and that's what you want to do against Whiteman, and that's what they did there. Cam, his game is not a jump shooter off the dribble, and that's what Taylorville was able to get him to do.
Whiteman does have 14 points on the evening. There's a 3, no good. Rebound Kettle as they reset. That's Livingston. He'll kick out to Jack Livingston for a 3, and he's got another 3-pointer. It's 38-36 Railers with 5:14 to go.
Yeah, off the rebound, and when they get an offensive rebound, they're going to look to kick it to a 3-point line, and boy, Livingston has been hitting them tonight.
It's going to be a full timeout. We'll take one as well. This is Lincoln Railer Basketball on WLCN 96.3 FM. .5:14 to go in the ball game. The Railers 38, the Tornadoes 36. As Taylorville able to hit a 3 right there, and second chance points, Josh, kind of hurting the Railers right now.
Yeah, you're right. You talk about second chance points, and really it is hurting the Railers, but the Railers are doing that a little bit to Taylorville as well. Taylorville with 12 second chance points, and all those are on 3s. When you get that rebound, you kick it, find a shooter out, because all the Railers are in trying to rebound, so the 3-point line is open. They've been able to hit 4 3s off second chance rebounds, but the Railers have 11 second chance points as well, and a lot of that is on Singleton with the rebounds.
Railers up by 2 with the basketball. They work Singleton over to Ewald. Got to shoot that. Work it around. That's Roby.
Yeah, that one side is wide open for Dylan to drive.
Now the Raiders will swing it back around. There's Whiteman for a deep 3. Oh, off the rim and no good. Rebound comes down to Kettle. Raiders up by 2 with 4:30 to go in the ball game. Taylorville with the basketball. Bert Schneider over to Odom. Now up top, 4:20 There's a little jumper by Bert. Schneider got into the middle of the lane of that zone, able to turn around, hit the jumper, and tie it up at 38.
Yeah, not a lot of motion on the offense last time for the Railers. Basically just move around and pass and wait for a three to come open, or we never did try to get it to Jermaine. Just not a lot of movement right now.
Ball game all tied up. 4 minutes to go in this ball game. Kick it over to Ewald. Now he's kind of a little gun shy now.
Yeah, the Railers got to get it into Jermaine. Whether they got a guy on him or not, you got to throw it into him.
There's Roby, and he's going to be pushed by Bert Schneider, as that's his third foul, team fourth. 3:46 to go, all tied up at 38. Railers with the basketball. That's Ewald. Now they're just daring him to shoot, and he's a little gun shy right now.
Got to throw it to him.
Singleton over to Ewald, now in the corner to Whiteman. Back up top to Roby. Roby kicks it out to Whiteman, who takes a three, a little too long. Roby almost got the rebound, but Odin's there to snag it. Taylorville with the basketball, all tied up. 3:20 to go in the ball game. They get it to Bert Schneider. He's going to spin around. Nothing there this time. Now they'll get it back to him. Guarded by Whiteman. Whiteman, they'll dish off to Kettle camp. Lays it up. No good. Whiteman taps it out there. Singleton tracks it down. Hands off to Roby.
No, he didn't. It wasn't goaltending. Coming to make the layup. Throw it to him.
Now the Railers all tied up at 38 still. Trying to work it into Hamlin. Nothing there as he's guarded by Kettle camp. Now they'll swing it around. That's Whiteman. Now Roby. Roby's going to get to the lane. Kick it to Singleton. Now Ewald in the corner for a three. Got it. There he is. Willie Ewald.
Well,
finally hitting that three.
He was 0 of 9 before that three, and what a big one it was. The junior stepping up and hit a clutch three. That's off.
Chris Coyne State Farm three-pointer. As Jack Livingston steals it away as Whiteman tried to get it to Roby. A short pass. Now another three. No good. Tip by Bert Schneider, no good. Singleton there with the rebound. Railers up by 3 with the basketball.
10 rebounds for Singleton. Point guard, sophomore, has been all over the rebounds. The quickest guy out on the court tonight.
2 minutes to go. It's been a close one all night long. Roby with it on the wing. Railers up by 3. Now Ewald, he's guarded there by Odom, who steals it. He's going to go up, dish it to Bert Schneider, but he's going to be fouled before the shot.
Yeah, just a little careless with the basketball now. You know they're going to start to come after you. They've got to get closer to that bonus. And I also almost thought I heard Brown yelling foul. And Will just not strong enough with the basketball there. And Odin just took it away from him.
Railers up by 3. Taylorville has the basketball on the baseline.
Got 2 shooters up here in S and Livingston and the other Livingston.
Nick Livingston hits a 3 to tie it up with 1:25 to go in the ball game.
Yeah, and you know, as much as they're sagging off into the lane, Scott, I would be surprised if Coach just holds this for one more shot.
Yeah, and it looks like Taylorville might let them.
Yeah, and here's where some would argue you need a shot clock in high school basketball, but you know, if they're not going to come out and guard you, then take the last second shot. They should not get the possession back here or the ball back in regulation.
Singleton has it up top. 50 seconds to go in the ball game, and now Taylorville will kind of extend a little bit. 45. Now Singleton drives, kicks it over to Whiteman. Now back to Roby. Roby dribbles the lane, kicks it to Hamlin. Nothing there. Lincoln will reset.
Yeah, don't force it. If you don't have a layup, remember, you don't want to take a dumb shot here and give them a chance to get the ball back and score, you know, for the last second shot.
Well, we saw a lot of this Tuesday night, Josh. We'll see how this one ends.
Yeah, the Railers are going to get here with one, and what Coach Alexander calls his best play.
There's a block. Ewald, now Roby tips it to himself. He's going to go up, no call. He's going to be fouled. Or are they going to call a charge? They just called a charge on that. So with 11 seconds to go, it's Taylorville basketball. Now the Railers do have a foul to give.
Yeah, and I don't know what the Railers are doing. We never shoot like that. We never shoot that early. And Will goes out and takes a three, and with 10 seconds left, it gets tipped, or it was even more than that, probably 15 seconds left. If you ran it down that far, you just will wait for the last for the end, and we shot it way too early. And then Roby picks it up, stays with it, but then gets called on the charge. So uncharacteristic of the Railers not knowing, I think maybe not knowing the time on the clock.
That's a good possibility, Josh, but Taylorville kind of pressuring and forcing the issue. And then the foul on Roby with the charge, which I didn't think he was set to take that charge, but it's kind of hard to see up here. But 7.8 seconds on the clock. All tied up at 41. Taylorville basketball on the sideline.
Well, the thing is, if you're Taylorville, you can do several different things now. I mean, you can decoy a three and then slip slide a guy from a screen down toward the basket, because the Railers are going to be so worried about Livingston on the perimeter or Hess on the perimeter. You got Bert Schneider that can shoot it from the free throw line. So they've really have the Railers at their mercy right now on who to guard and where to guard them.
Now, the Railers do have one foul to give, Josh. Is that something maybe let them inbound it and foul them, so they have to inbound again?
Yeah, you got to make sure, though, it's not real close to a shot.
Right. Coach Al wants a timeout. That's his first timeout of the night. He's got 4 left. Taylorville with 1 with 7.8 seconds to go. He wanted to get a look on how Taylorville was set up and adjust his defense. Lincoln Air the basketball brought to you by Lincoln IGA, Lincoln Park District, Rick Ham State Farm, Lincoln Heating and Cooling, Lincoln Printers, Memorial Sports Care, Lincoln College, the Blue Dog Inn, Community Action Partnership of Central Illinois, Grau Incorporated, Schneider Chiropractic, Abraham Lincoln Memorial Hospital, Chris Coyne State Farm, St. Clara's, and Eaton Corporation. As Roy S. Anderson, they're on their feet. 7.8 seconds to go. Lloyd's going to have to adjust the camera.
Yeah, he's going to have to get the tripod extended a little bit to catch all the view here.
All right, Taylorville to inbound. Here we go. Joe on the clock. There's the pass in to Bert Schneider. Stolen away. Now they get all the way across to Jack Livingston. He throws up a three and got it. Taylorville winners on a last-second three-pointer from the hot hand all night, Jack Livingston.
Yeah, and they had a little bit of a scrimmage. So scrimmage here, the ball was tipped away, and then it finds over, and Livingston's been that guy from the perimeter all night.
Well, we're going to take a commercial break. We come back, we'll have the Grau Incorporated and Schneider Chiropractic halftime show, post-game show. Wow.
I wish it was still halftime. We'd have a shot.
This is Lincoln Air the basketball, WLCN 96.3 FM. Welcome back to Royce Anderson, as the Railers were unable to come away with a victory tonight. The final score 44-41, as the Taylorville Tornadoes able to hit a last-second three by the guy who was hitting them all night, Jack Livingston. And the Tornadoes come away with the victory. But as we mentioned, Josh, not a bad loss. It maybe kind of gets the Railers to refocus a little bit, and still have 2 games left in the season, and we could see this Taylorville team again in regionals.
Yeah, that's absolutely right, Scott. Let's go through the scoring real quick. And they were led by Jack Livingston. He probably only played about half the game, it seemed like, with foul trouble, but he was the one that hit that last-second three to win it, and he finished with 18. He was 6 of 10 from three-point land. 8 points also from Nick Livingston and Ryan S., 6 from Jace Bert Schneider, and 2 apiece from Will Kettlecamp. The Railers were led tonight by Cam Whiteman. He had 14, and it was the three-point shooting from Cam in the third quarter that kept the Railers close. 9 points. 9 points for Will Ewald. 6 apiece for Dylan Singleton, Caden Roby, and also Jermaine Hamlin. Roby with 7 rebounds. Dylan Singleton with a team-high 11 boards tonight. The Railers fall 44-41. We're going to take another break. We'll be back here in just a couple minutes. You're in the Ground Incorporated and Schneider Chiropractic postgame show, and you're listening to Lincoln Railer Basketball.
Regional, and will play Tuesday night, February 26th at 7 o'clock at Clinton, taking on the winner of Springfield, Lakeview, and Clinton. That game being played 7 o'clock Tuesday night over at Clinton. Championship game of that Clinton Regional will be played on Friday, March 1st at 7 o'clock over at Clinton. For a complete list of regional and sectional parents, we invite you to visit the Illinois High School Association website at www.ihsa.org. Now, we'll conclude basketball action for tonight. On behalf of all of us at Lincoln Community High School, we thank you for attending tonight's game. On your way home, please drive home safely. Be aware of your surroundings and always buckle up. Good night.
Here in the Ground Incorporated and Schneider Chiropractic postgame show. Josh Komnick along with Scott Kirby, Lloyd Kirby on the camera after the Railers fall tonight, 44-41. Here on a last-second shot by Taylorville. Their leading scorer, Jack Livingston, hit one in the corner to give Taylorville the 3-point lead. Scott, let's go through some of the stats tonight. The Tornadoes from Taylorville, 15 of 48 from the field for 31%. They were 11 of 28 from 3, so basically made 4 2-pointers all night. The rest of them were 3-pointers. They were 3 of 4 from the free throw line. They had 31 rebounds, 9 of them offensive, and as you pointed out earlier, second chance points. That really hurt us when we were able to rebound and then kick it out. They were able to get some threes to go down. 13 assists for Taylorville, 4 steals, 9 turnovers, 3 blocks for the Tornadoes. The Railers shoot 13 of 43 from the field for 30%. And really what hurt them, Scott, we were able, really other than Cam Whiteman, not able to get anything going from three. 5 of 25 from the three-point line for 20%. 10 of 14 from the line. We had 34 rebounds, 10 of them offensive. And Singleton with a really good job on his part tonight from boards. He had 11. Roby with 7 rebounds for the Railers. 6 assists all night for the Railers, 8 steals, 7 turnovers, and 3 blocks. So points in the paint were good. The Railers were up 16-8 on that. But, second chance points, and really it was a three-point shooting, Scott. 11 mades by Taylorville, only 5 for the Railers.
Yeah, Josh, let's take another commercial break as we wait for Coach Al to make his way out here. So don't go anywhere. Once again, your final, the Taylorville Tornadoes 44, the Lincoln Railers 41. This is Lincoln Railer basketball on WLCN 96.3 FM. Scott Kirby, Josh Komnick back here with you as the Railers lose 44-41. We're still waiting for Coach Al to make his way out. Josh, we talked a little bit off air. Not a bad loss for the Railers. It's kind of one of those things that they're not used to being on the other side of losses, and maybe gets them a little more motivated, refocused.
Yeah.
We've got 2 games left in the regular season, and they say it's hard to beat a team 3 times. We could very well see this Taylorville team again in Clinton.
Yeah, I think the road for both teams meet again, as you said, in Clinton. And, I never like to lose, but, some coaches like this to kind of get their guys refocused in practice. And the Railers were on a really good run, 12 wins in a row. And you just kind of felt like something was going to happen. We had kind of been, I think Coach even said it the other night after Bloomington, or maybe after Saturday's game was another close one, I believe. I can't remember who that was. Who that was with Saturday, but he almost kind of thought we were getting lucky a few times. We were up 1 and were able to get, I think, Jermaine with a couple of foul shots. Dylan missed a one and bonus to win it the other night, and we were lucky to go into overtime and keep it. So I think at some point, your luck may run out at this, and maybe we were just buying time and kind of walking that tightrope too much. And, we didn't get the ball to Jermaine a lot tonight. We were able, he was fumbling around a lot, and maybe it's a time for him to get refocused a little bit, coming off a career high on Tuesday of 29 points. But, it hurts because you don't like to lose. A great atmosphere. This place was near capacity. They were ready to go. They shot the ball well. And I think what frustrates a coach as much as anything is really they beat you one way. They beat you with a three-pointer.
Yeah.
And I know that happens. And we've not been burnt on that a lot this year defensively. We've given up Mattoon. We've given up a lot of threes. I think that was coach's concern for a lot of the season on defense was giving up a lot of threes, and we just didn't make adjustments. And because it didn't come to hurt us in a record-wise, maybe the guys never caught on, and maybe it does after tonight.
Well, Josh, let's take another commercial break as we wait for Coach Al to make his way up here. If he's coming.
Maybe not.
Maybe. Well, we'll see. Let's take another break, so don't go anywhere. You're listening to Lincoln Raider Basketball on WLCN 96.3 FM. Welcome back to Roy S. Anderson Gymnasium as Coach Al makes his way up here. Once again, your final score, the Taylorville Tornadoes 44, the Lincoln Railers 41. As we have Coach Al on now with us. Coach, a tough loss there. Had the ball there at the end, and they were just able to knock down a three, and it's been Jack Livingston who was the hot hand tonight for Taylorville. I don't know if he's shot like that all year, but he looked pretty good tonight.
Yeah, he hit a lot of shots. He got into foul trouble, which really helped us. And, otherwise, we'd have really been in trouble. I don't think we moved very well defensively. We didn't recognize where players were at. But we've also, the last 3 weeks we've played a lot of these games where we've had some luck and we won, and luck won out. And it should have never come to that, but give them credit. They're a good basketball team, and we got a long way to go to be able to get to play them again. But that's something we'll have to work on next week.
Now, we talked a little bit off air, Coach, me and Josh, and it's not a bad loss. Does it maybe motivate the team a little bit more and maybe make them refocus a little bit, because they're not used to being on that losing end? And, when you win 12 in a row, this has to kind of maybe bring you back down to earth. And I'm not saying they played bad tonight. We just didn't hit some shots, but maybe give a little more motivation, a little boost of energy maybe.
Yeah, we didn't shoot it well. They were even backing off and just daring us to shoot it. And, and I thought really coming into the year that would be our strength. But our strength right now is a dribble drive and Jermaine in the middle. And they took Jermaine away. and we didn't get a whole lot going to the basket.
Well, you didn't get a whole lot going to the basket because they were able to converge on Jermaine because we weren't shooting it from the outside.
Yeah.
When you don't have to guard people from the perimeter, they can sit those guys in the lane, which we did. Coach, 5 of 25 from three-point land, but late in the game, a little bit of something we don't see from the Railers very often. You hold it for almost a minute, and I think there was started with 1:10, and they didn't come out on you. And I told Scott, I think we're going to hold it if they allow us to hold it. And then, I don't know if he lost track of time or what happened on the clock, but shoots one with about 15 left. Caden gets the rebound and then charges. Well, whether it was a charge or not, probably should have never gotten to that point.
Exactly. Everything happened there about 12 seconds, in between 12 and 8 seconds, and usually we wouldn't start the set till then. And for this group, they're played together enough that they should have been able to go right into a set instead of that. And like we told the kids in the locker room, we should have at least been into overtime.
Yeah, taking the last shot.
I mean, this is our place, and we take the last shot. We should have been the one hitting the shot instead of I think over the course of here in the last month, the last minute has really disappointed me the way we thought and played it out. So hopefully it was a learning thing for them. And, anytime you have failure, hopefully you learn from it.
Coach Cam Whiteman was big in the third quarter with, I think, 3 threes and really kept us close in there because really, as you said, it was tough sledding. Nobody shot the ball real well for the Railers, but I thought Singleton and Roby were excellent on the boards. Singleton finished with 11, and I would say 4 to 5 were probably offensive and kept us some other possessions we were able to score with. But Taylorville was able to do a lot of that too, offensive rebound. And, boy, when they offensive rebound, they look for that shooter on that line, and they were able to knock down a few.
Yeah, they're good at that. That's one of the things. If you go in our locker room, they hit the boards, offensive boards hard, and kick out to the shooter. And if you don't rebound and you give them those opportunities, that's one of the best shots in basketball, stepping right in towards the basket. And they hit a few of them tonight.
Well, you got to have a short memory because, fortunately, they get a turnaround tomorrow and take on a Decatur Eisenhower team back here. It is senior night, so a little celebration there before the game. And you got the Decatur Eisenhower Panthers coming to town, which, seen them in the years past in the Central State 8. Can we expect the same from them?
They're young. But they're going to be able to pressure, and they can shoot it, drive it, and they're going to rebound the ball. So if we come in soft tomorrow night, it'll be another one like tonight. And we've got to figure out a way. We opened up a 5-point lead there, and couldn't extend it. And I think we got to stop and come down and took a bad shot. And they go down, hit a 3, and then a 2, and it's right back to being tied. And it just wasn't, to me, smart basketball. I guess I got to take credit for that.
Well, they're turning the lights on us, but they say it's hard to beat a team 3 times, so maybe that's a good thing tonight. So, because if it all works out right, we're going to see them again in Clinton. So,
well, we're a long way from that. I mean,
right,
we're going to have to play a Lamphere team that's playing pretty well, and on any given night they can put it together. And you know what happens when Lamphere and Lincoln play. It can go either way, and it'll be a 1, 2, 3-point ball game. So it could be another night like tonight.
Well, Coach, as Scott said, no rest. Let's get the guys going again tomorrow. And we had a 12-game winning streak. Let's put together another 10 and see what happens.
Yeah, it'd be nice, but we've got to be focused on what we're doing and be ready to go.
All right, Coach, we will see you tomorrow night here as it is an early start. JV at 5 o'clock, varsity 6:30. So had a great crowd tonight. Hopefully we can do it again tomorrow.
Yeah, thank you. It was great. Everybody come out. They saw a good ball game. Unfortunately, it didn't go our way.
All right, Coach. Thanks. We'll see you tomorrow night.
Okay.
That'll do it for us here in Lincoln. Our next broadcast will be tomorrow at 6:30 as the Railers are at home to take on the Panthers from Decatur, Eisenhower. Our broadcast will begin with pregame show starting at 6 o'clock. For station manager Jim Ash, studio producer director Paula Kodat, and Josh Komnick, this is Scott Kirby. Once again, the final score, Lincoln 41, Taylorville 44. The Railers now stand at 23-3. We hope you enjoyed this broadcast and would like to thank our listeners for listening and our sponsors for sponsoring. This has been a production of WLCN Sports 96.3 FM. We ask you patronize our sponsors and say thank you for allowing us to bring you Railer basketball from Lincoln, Illinois. Good evening, everyone, and it's time to send you back to the studio for the Classic Rock Experience starring Jeff number 2 on the Nighttime Fix 96.